I wanted to talk about something that I figured out yesterday that I thought was pretty cool. This is my microgreen kit, and this particular batch of microgreens isn't that impressive because I just took a pack of some of the older lettuce seed that I've had. I figured older seeds don't germinate as good, so that might be a good use for this microgreens, right? But then I was looking at the microgreen and this hemp pad that's in it that's used for germinating. I've had this going for about 3 weeks and there is no algae on it. And that made my brain get going. I did a little research and I Googled, does hemp repel algae? Does hemp grow algae? And what I found is there's been a lot of research done with hemp being used to deal with algae blooms in water. So apparently hemp does not promote algae growth. So this is my new really cool thought that I want to try since I've struggled with some of the pods and rock wool and whatnot for growing a hydroponic system. You just have to watch them. You can suddenly have algae or something else if you're not careful. But what I thought is I could actually use these hemp pads to germinate my seeds, and then when they come up like this, put them into the hydroponic system and just cutting like the base of the roots, right? Just cutting a little square out and then plopping it into the grow system, because the hemp pads, you can get them for about a dollar a pad, which is not really that expensive, especially if you have something that doesn't promote algae growth, right? Because algae is one thing that can be a problem in these grow systems. So anyway, that's my little word on hydroponics for the day. Just give you a little look at how some of them are doing. This is one that's kind of been getting going here. Has some amaranth back there. I never really meant to grow amaranth on my hydroponic stand. I wanted to grow it outside, but when it came up, it was too hot to transplant it, right? And what's really cool about this, I found, is the amaranth leaves actually taste like spinach. So that's really cool. The next exciting thing to find out is whether or not this will actually bloom and produce the amaranth grain that I was growing it for. We have some Cherokee lettuce, and we have some arugula coming up there. And let's go take a look at our other hydroponic that we have going. We have some tomato seedlings on this stand along with a pepper plant. And they're pretty small. These ones are a little bigger. You can see them a little better. But these ones are doing really well so far. And the other thing I have here, this is another interesting thing. This is pineapple weed, and it's a weed. And you can make tea with this. I learned about this in Alaska from kind of a hippie girl that I knew, super nice gal. Basically, the flowers that the pineapple weed makes is very similar to chamomile. It's not actually in the same family, but it kind of tastes like a cross between chamomile and pineapple. And I actually found that the tea made from this pineapple weed makes the most boring little flowers, right? Most people are trying to eradicate this stuff, but I can't grow it outside here. It's too dry, but it makes a fabulous tea, and it's actually much more relaxing than, say, chamomile tea. We've got a pepper going back there too. Let's go take a look at our brassicas that we have over here. Okay, so we do have some lettuces up here on this first tray, and I don't know where this algae growth came from. I'm going to take some bleach and water and just paint the surface here to get rid of that. That's my best idea. If anybody else has an idea, let me know. This is some of the older styrofoam that I didn't replace. And down here we have some cauliflower and broccoli, and then there's a couple of peppers in there. And down here, more of the same. There's cauliflower, broccoli. I think there's a lonely tomato down there. But these are going to be for my outside garden. So basically, I am growing these seedlings to prepare them to grow them outside for our winter garden. It's too hot right now to put any of this out. Plus, it needs to be a little bigger because the quail, I love those little quail, but they are my bad children. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little hydroponic system update, and I'm pretty excited to try the hemp growing method and transplanting it into the system. I'll definitely give you updates on how that works out. Thanks for watching.